Hey, Dr. David Krohse here with Steve Cannon. Steve's a local legend. He's run around Lake Michigan. He's a national legend now too, right? He rode his fat bike across Alaska, and he's coming up this coming year. He's going to live in a van, have adventures all over the country. And he was willing to let me show how I evaluate a person's low back and hip and leg regions. So this is the kind of workup that I would do for anybody that has low back and hip issues, anybody that's a runner, a cyclist, a hockey player that says, I want to make sure that my legs are working like they're supposed to. So Steve, thanks for being willing to let us do this.
Perfect. Thanks.
And let's go ahead and get started. We're going to take you through some ranges of motion. So go ahead and stand up, and share if you want to move over there where you can see Steve. So let's have you go through motions and just tell me anything that hurts more than it should. So go ahead and bend forward at the waist. And any pain more than there should be there?
Nope.
All right, so in a second I'm going to have you lie on your back, and we're going to start to check the function of all the major muscles in the legs. I'm going to feel how hard you're able to push against me, and I'm going to have you tell me if any of these cause pain more than they should. So let's have you lie on your back facing up there. All right, and go ahead and hold the legs together. I'll try to pull them apart. Good. Now let's bring this one up, and we're back to push straight up toward the ceiling. I used to say kick up on that one, but I learned you got to be really careful about what you tell people to do. Push your foot toward my belly here. Good. All right, what we're going to do next is I'm going to push on each of the bones in your spine. I'm going to feel for stiffness, and I want you to tell me if these just feel like pressure or hurt more than they should.
Got it.
So tell me if it hurts more than it should. Tell me little, medium, or a lot. So just
Okay.
pressure?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, we're going to push on your SI joints. Here's this right side SI joint. That's a bigger joint. Just a pressure or a pain more than it should be there.
When you got all the way at the lowest spot, there was a little bit more.
And let's push on some of the muscles around the outsides of the hip and the back of the hip. So just seeing if these are just pressure or if they hurt more than they should.
I think just pressure. It's a little sore muscle-wise, but that's probably from my run yesterday.
All right, well, Steve, you can have a seat up. So what we're going to do next is get some x-rays taken of the low back region. We'll get a couple where you're standing still, and then we're going to do what's called a motion study. So that's where I'll have you bend to the side. You have 5 low back bones, and so I'm going to see if those bones are moving like they're supposed to, or are some of them truly stuck. And that difference between the ones that are moving normally and ones that are stuck is what can cause swelling that pushes on nerves. So we'll go ahead and do that next, and we should have a complete picture of what's going on.
Perfect.
So, all right, so that's the demonstration. In about 5 minutes, we get a complete set of information about how the low back and the hip region and the leg muscles are working. So thanks for your help, Steve.